The National Insurance Corporation is now even closer to you. We've opened a brand new branch at the Blue Coral Mall in the heart of Castries. Our new location is more spacious, more convenient, and designed with you in mind, making your visits faster, easier, and more comfortable. Whether you're submitting a claim, checking your contributions, or planning for retirement, we're here to serve you better. With branches on the Castries waterfront, Rodney Bay, Viewport, Soufriere, and now our brand new location at Blue Coral Mall in Castries. Getting service from the NIC has never been more convenient. So, visit us today. NIC, for the benefit of us all.
This cannot be happening right now. My interview is in 20 minutes.
Julia had one job: get there. But it looks like her battery life was low. And now, instead of sealing the deal at her future dream job, she's going to be stuck working in a 2x4 sized cubicle next to Tanya, who talks too much, and Stinky Fit Steve indefinitely. Don't be like Julia. Make sure you get where you need to with the all-new Maximo battery. Available island-wide at all automotive art stores and leading gas stations and part shops. The all-new Maximo battery now comes with an up to 2-year full replacement warranty for installation and free maintenance check at Automotive Art. The all-new Maximo battery. Get there.
Catch it where the vibe is nice with VLTs at our Blast Gaming Center. Simply select a terminal, insert your valid EC dollar bills, select your favorite Blast VLT game and play. Wager starts as low as 20 cents and up to $10 depending on the game. Blast. Know your limit, play within it. Must be 18 years or older to participate in gaming. Powered by the St. Lucia National Lottery, changing lives.
On February 21st to 2026, Point Surfing comes alive for Sovereign. Sovereign, a night of celebration, culture, and elevated energy. From 7 p.m. till enjoy the flavors of St. Lucia with entertainment by DJ Shanks, Hollywood HP, and more. Sovereign, ticket outlet, The Cell, Promoter, and the Eclipse team. Follow eclipseinternational.slu on Facebook and Instagram for more info. Sovereign, February 21st, Point Surfing from 7 p.m. till.
And my girl, you know what they say about Fruitsissimos, eh?
Partner, you know what they say about Fruitsissimos?
My girl, you know what they say about Fruitsissimos?
Boy, that Simos makes you score runs, you know.
So what do the experts say about Fruitsissimos? Apart from tasting great, Fruitsissimos is full of natural goodness your body needs. Simos is good for your skin, rich in vitamins and minerals, promotes and improves intimacy, boosts your immune system and lung function, suppresses appetite and increases weight loss, anti-inflammatory, and helps to improve blood count. Simos is rich in nutrients, which boosts your metabolism and increases energy levels, and is grown, harvested, and manufactured right here in the community of Prague.
And that's what they say about Fruitsissimos. Unless you say something else.
Fruitsissimos, you know what they say.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Stress Free Lettre Wednesday. I am your host, Miguel, aka Butu. Joining you for another fun-filled Wednesday afternoon. Seems you're all ready for that letter. Let me shout out folks on our Facebook Live first, the official Facebook usher, my boy 1 Pound Hippolyte. Good afternoon to you. And he's shouting out the crew. To the darling Mara, Alina Tobias, Stephanie Japierre, Zara, Tara Esper, Nigella Jabatis, Black Manoculier, Kelvin Charles, Philip Philo, Amanda Charles, Della Decent Val, Anna Rose Animoni, Lanika Batiste, Gripper Greg, good afternoon to you. Blessings. Mazoon Philip, Roche Mark, my brother, shout out the brother Rankin. That's coming from £1 Hippolyte. Good afternoon to you, Rankin. Sending love and strength to you, my soldier. And of course, £1 shouts out Miggs and Liza. Good afternoon to you. Our brother says, big up Lettre. Gripper is on. My brother Gripper, great. Good afternoon to you. And Empress Isa is in the studio. Empress Isa is in the studio. Say good afternoon, Liza.
You have to say good afternoon when you tell me to say good afternoon.
Sorry, okay, Liza. Say good night.
That?
Say good night, Liza. Say good night.
Just
so, say hello.
2026 January just passing. We in February.
Okay, so you couldn't get manners in January. So
you interfering with me already. You couldn't just let the year just ride into 6 months without you causing any problem.
Good afternoon to do the darling Mara. Imara, my darling.
Imara!
Good day, y'all. Yeah, the bestest program is on. Let's big up Team RCI. Hey! Notice I ignoring all the noise in the studio, folks.
Imara, what's up, my girl?
No, and shout out to all the bus drivers around the island. Good afternoon to you.
Big up.
Before I do that, say good afternoon to my brother, Siobhan Mondesi. Good afternoon. He says, big up Lettre, Team RCI. We say, hey! All right. And folks, remind you, the number to call is
2846001. 2846001. That's RCI's new WhatsApp number. So remove the old number on your tab, on your cellular phones.
Yes.
2846001.
Rochelle Regis, good afternoon to you. 2846001. And our line is 45230. 46. Folks, so the bus drivers, Grosley, Grand Riviere, Babono, Moshi, Leclerc, Ansler, Ray, Canry, Sue Fresh, Roselle, Beaufort, Labrie, Miku, Denray, Jack Mel, Bexor, Up the Mount, Cicero, Latok, Kako, Forester, Rock Hall, Pave, Masha, Leclerc. I shout you out twice because when it's nice, you say it twice. Of course, we missing anybody?
Specifically, I want to big up Wormsy on the Monday double stand. Hello, Wormsy. How are you? I know you locked on to RCI. Thank you so much. You know the inside joke between you and I, but it's okay. Also, big up Tall, Ozzy, Dada, Mr. Peter, who is also known as Mr. Roots. Yeah, big up.
All right. All our financial institutions, Bank of St. Lucia, First Caribbean International Bank,
also known as
CIBC.
Okay.
So at First National, also known as
the People's Bank.
Cooperative Bank. That's what I know him as. Fix Republic Bank used to be Scotia Bank. Proven Bank, credit unions, library, workers, teachers. Janu.
No. You have to put emphasis on those people who are loyal to us. Big up Workers Credit Union, Janu Credit Union, Elks Credit Union. Big up your whole self. Thank you so much. Also, Bank of St. Lucia, First National Bank, CIBC, Republic Bank. Yeah, we have all the banks with us at RCI.
We shouldn't have a Republic Bank here if we're not a Republican. Time for putting us into a Republic so we can have a Republic Bank. Yeah?
Big up Fix.
Up and tall and upright.
Yes.
And upright.
Katrina and her team, big up. And let me tell you, for the month of February, look out for Fix. That's all I say. Look out for Fix.
I've been looking out for Katrina for years.
Look out for Fix for the month of February. Y'all won't be disappointed. Remember, their birthday is coming up as well in the month of February. So there are big things in store.
They go fix y'all for your birthday. Good afternoon to my darling cousin Sadia Delise Eli Box. She says,
Sadia.
Big up Mix and Liza.
Hello.
Yes, Sadia.
You did Northwest already?
No, Northwest even lucky them. I say, I'm to Northwest today, boy. TK, Josh, Yellow, I'm to y'all, miss you. 284-6001, my brother.
Yeah,
send us a WhatsApp.
284-6001.
I know Josh, TK, Yellow. Who else? Hammer. We had Hammer, right?
I only know Yellow.
You only know, of course, you only know Yellow.
I only know Yellow.
Okay, Winsbert, Mark, Josh, TK. Isaac, and Yellow. I had to go for an old conversation.
You're not easy.
Oi, where you?
Also, big up
Where you?
Automotive Tire Zone.
Yeah, big them up.
I know you're locked on. Yep,
Big up,
yep,
big
yep.
up. Hey, big up Swift Park.
Yeah, big up Swift Park. Big up Beachcomber.
Yes,
Yeah.
Northwest is checking in. They locked
They're
in now.
checking in.
Big
They're
up
checking
again
in.
one more time. Winsford, Mars, Jacques, Chike, Isaac,
Northwest.
Becca Alfred, good afternoon to you. She says, Team RCI, we say,
Yeah.
hey. All right. And of course, Anissa Solomon, great day, Team RCI.
Yeah.
Hey. And Rochelle Regis said, don't forget Millet, the Millet drivers. Of course.
Big up Millet. Big up Millet. Also, big up Porky and his dad. Good afternoon.
Paul
How are
and
y'all
Paul.
doing?
Big Paul and Slim Pig.
Thank you so much for making it RCI, especially on a Wednesday.
Yes, big up Pocket. Marie-Louise Murray, good afternoon to you. She says, Team RCI.
Yay! Big up Miss Sandra
Louisa.
Sorry. Big up Sandra, Miss Mary. Yep. Thank you. Also, Shana from AGAD.
AGAD, big up in the house. Kelvin says, Team RCI.
Yeah.
Big up Migs and Empress Isa. Good afternoon to you, my brother. Yes, we only have 1 minute left. We're going to get to a few more shout outs. Shout out everybody. The utility companies.
You did Lucilec,
Lucilec, Wasco, Digicel Flow.
Yeah.
Hey. Yes.
Especially our folks over at Wasco. We have a special click there in Wasco. Let me tell you. That's top fans.
Hey, boy, look, somebody say no one they want to hand them morning greetings. Mel, good afternoon to you. I have you on
Mel
lock now
Valicious.
again. Mel, just Mel LC. Mel says she has a full moon as a.
Is that Mel Valicious or just Mel?
Just Mel, but I see a full moon. You know what a full moon does to wild people like me. Brings out the animals, so we're gonna have a real deep breath. Says the person wearing leopard skin today.
Deep breaths.
Anyway, Team RCI. Hey. Let me see who that is. Paula Peter Francis. Good afternoon to you. PPF.
Hi, how are you?
PPF, good afternoon to you, Paula. All right, folks. I think after this, in just about a minute and a half, we're going to take a quick break. I remind you, Lettre is brought to you by our folks over at Fruitsy CMOS. You know what they say. And CMOS is a superfood, no doubt. That's why at Fruitsy, our CMOS drink is full of natural goodness that your body craves and needs. It's a delicious and healthy drink. Let me say that again. The natural goodness that your body craves and needs. It's a delicious and healthy drink which helps with the gut, thyroids, and metabolism. So if you have no guts, drink a Fruitsy, you'll get some guts, man. Fruitsy CMOS is packed with 7 flavors to choose from. You can purchase your very own bottle of Fruitsy CMOS at any of the leading supermarkets and retailers island-wide. And I stress that it is the natural goodness that your body craves and needs. All right, folks. Just about 40 seconds left before we get back into our break.
Bring your feelings. Take
Kevin
your time, me.
Boy, I swear me they were talking to them and say, who take clock? Is it an M or F? I thought you say, is it MF? Hey, big up, Mark. Hey, family. Good afternoon to you.
Where's Stephanie?
Play this CMOS ad so they let
Where's Stephanie?
I will see Stephanie.
Stephanie, drama queen.
Drama self on a whole different
let me tell you about drama queen.
No drama.
You see that girl?
12 seconds left. We're going to take a quick break.
When I say so nice,
quick break, and we're going to get right back into it. Stay tuned.
And my girl, you know what they say about Fruitsy CMOS, eh?
Partner, you know what they say about Fruitsy CMOS?
My girl, you know what they say about Fruitsy CMOS?
Boy, that CMOS makes you score runs, you know.
So what do the experts say about Fruitsy CMOS? Apart from tasting great, Fruitsy CMOS is full of natural goodness your body needs. CMOS is good for your skin, rich in vitamins and minerals, promotes and improves intimacy, boosts your immune system and lung function, suppresses appetite and increases weight loss, anti-inflammatory, and helps to improve blood count. CMOS is rich in nutrients, which boosts your metabolism and increases energy levels, and is grown, harvested, and manufactured right here in the community of Prague.
And that's what they say about Fruitsy CMOS. Unless you say something else.
Fruitsy CMOS, you know what they say.
Don't wait till Friday. Purchase your Super 6 tickets today for your chance to win $396,000.
This is Turn Up Radio, 101.1 FM.
This one will be massive. Legacy 2026, the Independence Edition. Saturday, February 7th, 8 p.m., Rodney Bay Pavilion. It's the big war. Legacy presents one of the Caribbean's greatest artists ever, the undisputed queen of soca, Destra. Yes, Destra Garcia. Then our two groovy giants, Jedison John, do him his vintage set. I must have a woman to come and wine up on me. And King Alpha. Plus the outstanding St. Lucian cast, a mix of legends and rising stars. Ashanti, Educator, Desro, Manchas, Black Eye, Short Pants and more. Legacy 26 will be an epic show. Saturday, February 7th, 8 p.m., Rodney Bay Pavilion. Limited early birds $120, regular $150. Tickets available at Steve's Mala Shop and The Way. Sponsored by Republic Bank, Massey Store, First Citizen, IBS Solutions, Beton Bear, Crystal Clear Water, Flow, and the Independence Committee.
Higher education is within your reach. Edinburgh Napier University, the #1 modern university in Scotland, is now recruiting for their June 2026 intake and will hold an information session at the Esora Conference Room, Bay Gardens Inn, from 6:30 to 8 p.m. on February 26. Edinburgh Napier University's programs, which include the AACSB accredited MBA and the BA Business Top-Up for associate degree holders, are 100% online, 100% flexible, and 100% relevant. Reserve a spot at www.seidegrees.com.
First National Bank is here for you. Let's make your first wish come true. With a mortgage built around you, tailored to make sure everything's smooth. 100% financing, it's true. Get a first wish mortgage, it's the best move. Get your mortgage now and fulfill your first wish. Just knowing that First National Bank is here for you. Let's make your first wish come true.
Visit your First National Bank branch or firstnationalbankonline.com to apply for your first wish mortgage.
First National Bank.
Join the fun and have a blast with Bingo at our new Blast Gaming Center located on the corner of Chisel and Brazil Street. Here's how to get started. Create an account at the Bingo counter or with a clerk. Select a 4-digit PIN number of your choice, which can easily be remembered. Then, make your Bingo purchase. You'll receive a receipt which contains your account number and your purchase. Select either a tablet, thin client, or bar top device. To play on the device, select Play Bingo. Bingo with Blast. Know your limit. Play within it. Must be 18 years or older to participate in gaming. Powered by the St. Lucia National Lottery. Changing lives.
All right, we're back. And before we get to the letter, let me read two things to you. Of course, Valentine's Day 2026 is just around the corner, and we have the perfect gift to express your love. Indulge your special someone with box, wraps, and flowers, sultry offerings, featuring exquisite red roses, eclectic chocolates, and adorable bears. Make this Valentine's Day unforgettable with a touch of romance and celebrate love in style. Visit Box Wraps and Flowers in Bois de Ouage or call 450-1634 for your orders or for more information. That's 450-1634. Box Wraps and Flowers in Bois de Ouage. So, Liza, you ready to read that letter?
Oh, yes.
All right. Let's get into it.
Remember, Lettre is rated E for everybody. So that means we're going to respect everybody's opinion, perspective, views, whatever you want to call it. And we're keeping it PG-13.
And the numbers to call.
The number to call, our WhatsApp number, it is changed. It is now 284-6001. RCI WhatsApp number is now 284-6001. And also the landline number is 4523046. We will love to hear you. And remember, you could communicate with us on both platforms.
Before we continue, just let me apologize to our folks over at the Monrepo Credit Union. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Julian Charles. Sorry, I forgot you. Solange Francois James, good afternoon to you. Lancy Delmar, good afternoon. Sophie B said, good afternoon. Welcome to the Lettre. And Liza shall take it away.
Okay, so today Lettre reads, Dear Lettre, sometimes trouble don't come looking for you. It is just land in your lap. I wasn't searching for nothing. I wasn't checking nobody's phone. I wasn't trying to hear anybody business. I was just liming. Same way you does lime in these small places when people forget how close other people could be. That's when I heard it. A story being told, real casual, plenty laughing, plenty confidence. And the more details I hear, the more my stomach start to turn, because this wasn't a stranger they talking about her. This was somebody close to me, somebody I respect, somebody I does reason with on a regular. They didn't call my name, but they didn't have to. I knew exactly who they were talking about. What I heard wasn't no crime, but it was enough to shift something in my head, even to make me start replaying all conversations and certain behaviors that I never questioned before. Imagine that. Since that day, when I see the person, everything feeling off, I tell you. I watching more than I talking. I noticing things I never used to notice before. And every now and then, I wondering if they know what I know. I wondering if they know that I know, something I was never meant to hear. Let me take that again. Since that day, when I see that person, everything feeling off, I tell you. I watching more than I talking. I noticing things I never used to notice. And every now and then, I wondering if they know that I know something I was never meant to hear. The worst part of this, I can't act like nothing happened, but I also don't feel I have the right to bring it up because the information didn't come from them. It find me. Now I walking around with knowledge that changing how I feel, how I move, how I trust. And in a place like this, where stories travel faster than Usain Bolt, I know once you hear something, it never really leave you. So I asking you, Lettre, how you live normal with information that was never meant for you? You like that? I'll read it one more time. That one has a lot, twists and turns, so you have to really follow it. The letter reads, sometimes trouble don't come looking for you. It just land in your lap. I wasn't searching for nothing. I wasn't checking nobody's phone. I wasn't trying to hear anybody business. I just lime in, same way you just lime in small places and people let's forget how close you could be with people. That's when I heard it. A story being told real casual, plenty laughing, plenty confidence. And the more details I hear, the more my stomach start to turn. Because this wasn't a stranger they're talking about, you know. This was somebody close to me, somebody I respect, somebody I does reason with on a regular. They didn't call my name, but they didn't have to. I knew exactly who they were talking about. What I heard wasn't no crime, but it was enough to shift something in my head. Enough to make me start replaying all conversations and certain behaviors that I never questioned before. Since that day, when I see the person, everything feeling off. I watching more than I talking.
Sound like you in love.
I noticing things I never used to notice. And even now and then, I wondering if they know that I know something that wasn't meant for me to hear. That will not have me.
Like
Roller coaster. I wasn't part of this. Sorry, the worst part is I can't act like nothing happened. But I also don't feel I have the right to bring it up because the information didn't come from them. It find me. Now I walking around with knowledge that changing how I feel, how I move, how I trust. And in a place like this, where stories traveling faster than Usain Bolt, I know once you hear something, it never really leaves you. So I asking you, Lettre, how you live normal with information that was never meant for you? Seriously.
You know what happened? The old journalist in me just started acting, so I started taking notes while you were reading that letter.
Well, Jay, a lot of twist and turns.
I just have 3 comments. It says that it has a title that the person indiscreet enough to put a title. Something I wasn't supposed to know.
I want to know what's that something.
But it feels like we're not supposed to know either because that vague.
It's very vague.
That vague. I almost sound like last week.
But you know what I tell you? It have so much twists, turns, up, down. I don't even know. Nothing specific could be alluded in that letter.
Yes.
You could take it from so many different angles. Exactly.
Oh Lord, hear that.
So right now is investigation hats now.
So for those of you just listening, just tuning in, who only probably caught part of the letter or who still didn't understand the letter, a man accidentally overhears a story while liming and realizes it's about someone who's very, very close to him. The story wasn't illegal, thank God, but it was enough to change how he now sees that person. The issue isn't just what he heard, but the fact that he can't unhear it. Now he's stuck deciding whether to confront, distance himself, or carry on like nothing happened. And right there on the Facebook Live, Mara is saying, have it in your archives. You see how your women are? Have it in your archives and blast it when the time is right, because the right time will come. Ooh, just wait. Ooh, just wait. Ooh, I guess that's how they are. Wait. Ooh.
Just wait. Oh.
Wait. Oh. Yo, you see how dirty you are? You see how dirty.
Boy, let me tell you.
So just hold it and they'll have a boat. Just put it out there.
You see that? You see what struck me in the letter is when he said, once you hear something, it never really leaves you. So to me, that carried a lot of weight for me, more on the negative rather than the positive. So I'm saying that man heard something that must have really disgusted him for him to feel the need to constantly replay all conversations and retract, go back into his memory playbook and now go over certain behaviors.
In hindsight, 2020.
Yeah. Go to review certain behaviors, how the person reacted when they were probably in the private time. You understand? And also now he's now saying that everything is off.
We have a call. Let's take that call. Good afternoon, Lettre. How can we help you or you help us?
Meg,
My brother, what one?
tell me come clean with the letter. With the letter. He get to know one of his partners. He I with gay, that is all.
I
Why
didn't
you
hear
think
that.
it's
I
so?
didn't hear
Why you
that.
think it's
I
so?
didn't hear that.
Go ahead, say that again.
What did you say?
That's what Meg get to know one of his closest partners. He really Irish with. That man on the other side. And it only flashback conversations the man had with him that you know, and maybe situations where maybe the man answered in certain places, but he never really thought of it, you know, that way.
Yeah, I mean, when I heard the letter, the first thing I thought of, if it's a man, it's a man that wrote it, right? I don't even know if it was a man that wrote it. He didn't say it was a man or a woman that wrote it.
Well, from the synopsis of it,
Because women do very dignity when they hear things about it. I just lying. That's
he
not true.
says enough to change how he now sees that person.
Yeah, but exactly. If you Irish with another partner and you're dealing Irish and maybe once in a while the man touching your back, your this or that, you know, and the man having certain conversations with you. I mean, off your head, you will never believe that the man that way. But if you hear something stating that, it's obvious that you will look at him different and you will start remembering a lot of patterns, you know, before.
Yep.
So you have to come clean with the letter. Don't come and hide things and make people no investigator for you. Just come clear, brother. Your partner on the other side, your partner on the other side. You just have to know how to hold yourself with him right now, and that is it.
So let me ask you a question. Where were you last Wednesday to comment on last Wednesday's letter?
I fell asleep.
I know he didn't want to, because I know what he's saying, and now it's something you wanted to say last week. You would have said the same thing last week.
Let me tell you, if we write in a letter, we have to come straight. Don't come and hide.
Too much twists and turns. It's very vague. You could have moved to so many
too much
things.
conflicting stories.
Yeah, man.
That is a puzzle that can be solved.
A mystery.
It's just that they put so much truth. They put so much said so little, yet it's just to say one small thing. The small thing is that you heard us.
Our PM say he's a mystery. I could read my PM much better than me.
No, vaguely.
That is a mystery. That's unsolvable. You have to call you have to call Dale Elliott to interview me, because that is a whole day unsolved mysteries.
And you could watch it from another angle too.
I prefer unsolved mysteries to untold stories.
And you could, apart from that angle, you could watch it from another angle too, because I know sometimes persons who are involved with a significant other, another female or whatever, men tend to feel how if a female is being brought up in other circles. You understand? They have certain men who do feel away, and they can be disgusted by what they're hearing other people laughing about.
That's true. That's true. But in that case, I have a strong feeling that partner mate what they're talking about.
A partner is
that's a mix. I have close female friends, and if I get to know one of them on that side, I go in straight to them, and I dealing with the case. I come in and write no letter to y'all. I go and deal with it, and knowing what I want to know, I cannot ask no questions on the air.
We still live in a semi-conservative society. It's still a bit taboo. I mean, sex is becoming less and less taboo, but when it comes to homosexual relationships, people are still kind of conservative.
Yeah, they're very much reserved about it.
But that is why the man hiding the story. He want to say exactly what it is, Nick.
It's very vague.
That is why he wants to say what it is.
It's not straight to the point.
Story. It's not nothing illegally saying.
Yeah, it's not black and white.
If he get to know his partner doing drugs, I mean, that is another story, or you know, something out of the way. But something like that is because he want to hide it. So he want to come out straight.
Yep.
But if it's you, Mix, as close as we are, if I get to know you on that, I come in out, I say that straight, you know.
Yeah, just don't say it in public. Let me
I go say your name, but I go say it first.
Let me come out first. Disclaimer, I was not suggesting any of the sort.
Yeah, man, I want real friends do. Real friends come straight.
Look, Mel says at least some part of the story would help to get an angle on the letter. And that's what we've been saying, because I'm lost. But
everybody lost, Mix. The whole nation lost there right now.
Basically, they say a lot. And you could truncate that and have 4 lines. I was somewhere, I heard people talking. They were not talking to me. They were talking about a partner close to me. And the things they said that have me thinking twice about that man, had me looking back at all the things that he may have said during our conversations or even done, and now I kind of iffy about him. Now, do I confront him or do I let it pass? But the news is worrying. It's not illegal, but it's worrying.
Now, Migs. Now, Migs. It was in the barber shop, brother, man.
Oh, Salah.
Nah, in the barber shop.
That's true, the barber shop. You're right, eh? You're right.
It was in the barber shop. I made her hair something. Now, maybe, the fellas maybe know he and the fella link. So they throw one to parables and he pick it up.
Hey, Phils, are they Phils listening? Phils, that up in your shop, man.
So you want me to call Leslie too? You want to call Cole? You want to call Steve?
Call Steve or everybody. Say, if it's your shop, let me know. What's the story? All right. So advice, what's your advice for this person though? Just in case that was, well, some people are suggesting that eyeliner, black man, £1 always suspicious. The man says fellas are writing their thing and they say it's about their friends. But it's their writing, just like last week's letter. But in case this is a genuine person concerned about their friend, what's your advice to that person?
If made genuine and if made believe the man is his top partner, he need to confront the man as his top buddy and let the man know what's going on and tell the man how it is. Straight so.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what real friends do.
That's the best. That's the best. And most
I hiding nothing from you, guys. I hear you on that, guys. What happened? What's going on?
That's the most straight.
Your life is your life. You do what you want, but I mean,
but not with me.
Keep me away from it, bro. As long as you have respect for me, because we good.
All right. Yeah. So George Griffith says, "I'm listening to the conversation. He needs to open up and confront him."
Yeah, yo.
Let me play devil's advocate here. And let me just inject a bit of a battle of the sexes, right? Do you think that's a man? Do you think a woman would have had a different approach to this, or would be hesitant about approaching their friend if they heard that, or do you think that
that's a mix? Women when it comes to them kind of thing, women going behind the other, they're going behind their friends and they're finding out what's going on one time.
Yep.
That's true.
Because you find that when it comes to females, we more fuyaya.
Exactly.
Tell me about it.
We more fuyaya among our friends. We want to know. We want to know the 411 all the time. We want details. We want the spice. We want the juice. So you find that women will go straight to the source and confront and let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. Because that's how it is majority of the time with girlfriends. You understand?
Them women so real. I even say this in the salon they hate, so you know you are going to salon again.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly.
All right, brother. So anything else you'd like to add? No, man. I just need that man to go and confront his partner as real buddies. We good, but let me know what's going on with you, my boy.
Agreed, my brother. Agreed. All right. Thank you very much, Grippa.
Yeah, man.
Take it easy. We'll link up soon.
Yeah.
All right. All right, folks. Thank you very much for that call. And the number to call is 4523046 and 2846001. I got it right the first time.
Good
taking
boy.
A while to adjust. I'm taking a while to adjust. Yes, so folks, just remind you what the letter is. A man accidentally overhears a story while liming and realizes it's about someone close to him. The story wasn't illegal, but it was enough to change how he now sees that person. The issue isn't just what he heard, but the fact that he can't unhear it. Now he's stuck deciding whether to confront, distance himself, or carry on like nothing happened. Okay, so let's just say it's not what our caller just suggested. Maybe it's not nothing to do with sexuality. Maybe it's about drug use. Maybe a habit, for example. Would the approach be different? Would you, let's just say you're thrust in that position. If the story is about his sexuality, would you approach him as a man? If it's about drug use or something else, like he said, it's not illegal, but certain things that's worrying you. Maybe that's not the standards that you would want for yourself or your friends or those around you.
Whether it's about sexuality, whether it's about drug use, whether it's about prostitution, or whether it's about gambling, you name it. The fact is, if that's your friend and you consider him to be a true friend and you're genuinely concerned about your friend, then it gives you a little bit of leeway, or should I say access to you saying, hey, pull up the person and have a conversation with the person, communicate with the person, how you see it, how it affects you, and so on. It's always okay to have a conversation, but it's always important on the delivery of your communication. Delivery is important because sometimes you could be coming from a good place, have all your good intent and everything, and the person just on your tone or certain words you use that may just offset the person a bit, then the person might just switch and it no longer becomes a conversation where you actually communicating, but it could become very argumentative.
All right.
So
and we have another call. Good afternoon, Lettre.
Hi, good afternoon, Mix. How you doing?
I'm good, my darling. How are you?
I'm well, fine.
I only see you for one day and I see you after that. What happened?
I know. I not made it back.
All right, darling. Let's hear your take.
Okay, well, you see, the thing about it, sometimes when you hear things, some things you have to take it with a grain of salt. Some you have to put a whole bag of salt. You understand?
Thank you. Especially
But
in a barber shop.
you know,
call that Powell Bolawi.
yeah, people say things. You understand? So sometimes you never know what the truth until you actually speak to the person who you said is your friend. You understand? And even sometimes they may even be embarrassed and lie. However, like you say, it's what you want to do with the information. If you find out the truth, what would you do with that information?
Does it affect you?
You understand?
Yeah, does the truth affect you? Does telling a person, does what you learn affect you in any way?
But that's
or does
what
it
it
just
is.
bother you personally that
Yeah, because if it's going to bother you, then you might as well approach the person.
Exactly.
And you have to approach the person with no judgment for if you want them to be real with
That's
you.
why,
I think
exactly.
once they're uncomfortable, they're judging already.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I mean, I had a friend. I remember once when I realized that, she looked like she was the other way. I asked her, and at the time, I suppose, because that's maybe like almost 10 years ago, and she was a bit embarrassed, I guess, or wasn't sure how I felt about it, and told me, well, no, she's still basically she's still girly. That was her response to me. But then now she's like fully out there and whatnot. So it means sometimes people think it's a process for them, so you cannot hold it against them.
I get you. Yeah, you have a point.
Whatever information it is there that you're going to ask of them, it's a process that if they maybe not ready to tell you the full thing, that you have to respect that, perhaps they're not ready. And some people know things, Lucians already, they always have some story.
They always have people's files.
They always have a story. Because I myself, something I good about myself, it's crazy. I freaking out about things about myself already. So that's just to show you. People can cook up a story, they can add, they like to multiply, and they do all sorts of things. So you get worried and making your head, and maybe even to a point of judging the person. I don't think it is fair to the person if you say the person is your friend.
Yeah, agreed. If you're their friend, discuss it.
Yeah. So that's my take.
All right, my
Okay.
darling.
Thank
you
you
very
so much
Thank you
for
calling.
calling.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, we were going to take a break, so I think we might as well take the break now. We're going to take in because we have quite a number of comments here on the Facebook, and we have to give our feedback because we have some really interesting ones there on the Facebook Live. But since we have only just about 30 seconds left, we're going to take a quick break and get back with Lettre for today, Wednesday, February 4th. Oh, today's my brother's birthday. I need to call him. February 4th, 2026. Good afternoon. Happy birthday to my little brother, Shellen, all the way in the UK. And my boy, Abner Cotter from the class of 1999 St. Mary's College. Big up to you, Abner. Happy birthday to you, my brother. Both my brothers. Hope you're having a wonderful one. We'll be right back.
And my girl, you know what they say about Fruitsissimo, eh?
Partner, you know what they say about Fruitsissimo?
My girl, you know what they say about Fruitsissimo?
Boy,
That CMOS makes you score runs,
So what do the experts say about Fruitsy CMOS? Apart from tasting great, Fruitsy CMOS is full of natural goodness your body needs. CMOS is good for your skin, rich in vitamins and minerals, promotes and improves intimacy, boosts your immune system and lung function, suppresses appetite and increases weight loss, anti-inflammatory, and helps to improve blood count. CMOS is rich in nutrients, which boosts your metabolism and increases energy levels, and is grown, harvested, and manufactured right here in the community of Prale.
And that's what they say about Fruitsy CMOS. Unless you say something else.
Fruitsy CMOS, you know what they say.
Do you remember? Do you remember?
Do you remember the real old school nights? Well, it's back. Coffin presents When Dance Was Nice Part 2. The old school party, Saturday, February 7th at Club Maryland. On the decks, Dr. Beat, Rusty Ranks, Hyper D, DJ Cleus, and DJ Melon Quench. Hosted by MC Izzy Hall. When Dance Was Nice Part 2, February 7th at Club Maryland. Tickets $50, $60 at the door, and VIP $80. February 7th at Club Maryland. When Dance Was Nice Part 2. If you know, you know. Powered by Speaker Technology, James Dex Construction, We Outside, and Soul of Sound Therapy. Ticket outlets, White's Place, Steve's Barbershop, and Hottest Hot Restaurant and Bar.
In the heart of St. Lucia, where mountains meet the sea, there's a story of resilience, community, and a promise kept for over 50 years. Jeune Credit Union has been a pillar of support and a friend. Together, we've weathered storms and celebrated triumphs, from sponsoring local events to supporting education. Our motto, together we can move mountains, isn't just words. It's a commitment to unity, progress, and shared success. Feel the pride, the belonging, and the warmth of a financial partner that cares. Join us and be part of something extraordinary.
Let me do it now. Lace up your sneakers for St. Lucia's The Ultimate Walking Adventure. The Northern Long Distance Walking Group's Round the Island Challenge is back. When? Starting 21st February 2026 from 5 p.m. at the Massey Car Park, Cul-de-sac. Registration cost of $40. The Round the Island Challenge is an over 70-mile test of spirit, stamina, and sheer will. The aim isn't just to finish. This is about you versus the distance. Every mile tells a story, and every finisher earns their victory. One road, one island, one personal mission. Register now. Visit our Instagram page at Northern Long. Email us at nldwg758@gmail.com. Call 758-724-9400. Round the Island Challenge. Victory in every mile.
At Magico, insurance has never been just about policies. It's about people. It's why generations of our customers place their trust and valued assets with us, and why AM Best rated us A- excellent for financial strength. From helping families recover to standing strong in the communities we serve, we've always cared and always will. Magico Insurances, fast, fair, and always there. Now rated excellent.
Not for profit charity, but for service we can handle your financial business. Alone that you need, they can assist. No other credit union can do it like this. Get your contactless Visa card ASAP. Need some cash, just tap, tap, tap. Online services, download the app. No waiting in line, just tap, tap, tap. Safest way to secure your money. Solutions Workers Credit Union, Paese, put in workers first. That's what we do. The SLUWCU, yeah.
Catch it where the vibe is nice with VLTs at our Blast Gaming Center. Simply select a terminal, insert your valid EC dollar bills, select your favorite Blast VLT game and play. Wager starts as low as 20 cents and up to $10 depending on the game. Blast, know your limit, play within it. Must be 18 years or older to participate in gaming. Powered by the St. Lucia National Lottery, changing lives.
And we're back with Lettre for today, Wednesday, February February 4th, 2026. I'm your host, Miguel Favre, and of course, our girl Isa has stepped back out, so you're left with me for the afternoon. And saying good afternoon to those of you who have just tuned in. And my boy Tafari saying good afternoon to you. He said, guys, I just tuned in. Please read the letter. I will read it one more time and taking some of the comments like I said I would. So here goes that letter. It's entitled Something I Wasn't Supposed to Know. All right. And it reads, Dear Lettre, sometimes trouble don't come looking for you. It just land in your lap. I wasn't searching for nothing. I wasn't checking nobody's phone. I wasn't trying to hear anybody business. I was just liming, same way you just lime in this small place when people forget how close other people could be. That's when I heard it. A story being told real casual, plenty laughing, plenty confidence, and the more details I hear, the more my stomach start to turn. Because this wasn't a stranger they talking about. This was somebody close to me, somebody I respect, somebody I just reason with regular. They didn't call my name, but they didn't have to. I knew exactly who they were talking about. What I heard wasn't no crime, but it was enough to shift something in my head. Enough to make me start replaying old conversations and certain behaviors that I never questioned before. Since that day, when I see the person, everything feel off. I watching more than I talking. I noticing things I never used to notice. And every now and then, I wondering if they know that I know something I was never meant to hear. The worst part is this. I can't act like nothing happened, but I also don't feel I have the right to bring it up because the information didn't come from them. It found me. Now I walking around with knowledge that changing how I feel, how I move, and how I trust. And in a place like this, where stories travel faster than traffic, I know once you hear something, it never really leave you. So I asking you, Lettre, how you live normal with information that was never meant for you. And the number to call 452-23046 and 284-6001. Let me get into those comments there. Going backwards. So Ali Shubak says one should hold off judgment until they know the truth. If what was said bothers them, then they should not make accusations, but inform them of what was said. Give them the chance to respond and decide how to move forward, keeping in mind that the person does not owe them an explanation. Right on, Ali. That is basically representing, or it reflects what has been said on the show here today, that they should not make accusations, no judgments, but inform them of what was said and give them a chance to respond. And most importantly, like you said, the person does not owe them an explanation unless, of course, it directly affects you. And of course, whether it directly affects you is sometimes is subjective and not actually the reality of it. I might be all in your mind that it's affecting you. Okay. Kelvin says, blame Skittles or Fruit Loops. I close my case. 1 Pound says, okay, he was responding to Kelvin and he says, yeah, man, because your best friend have another best friend that is not you. And that is right. Mark says to Anissa, a continuum of past transgressions from last week. Blackman says, my take on this is that when newfound information comes to you, it may be best to just keep it to yourself. Govern yourself accordingly and observe everything. Mark says, so that conversation could be about anything. It could be about money being embezzled or seeing someone, woman or man, or the house on the hill. And he put that in quotations. Well, he did say, the person did say it's nothing illegal. So maybe it's not embezzlement, because I believe that would fall under illegalities. Marvin Ogi says there is this house on the hill story circulating in St. Lucia involving police, politicians, and people in high places. I think that's what this is all about. Black man says "Puyaya." I think it's Eliza. I haven't heard that expression in eons. Kevin says it looks like he heard his story on air. Mara says, I hope it's not Jadenery. Mara, how's Jadenery sweet so? George says, I'm listening to the conversation. He needs to open up and confront him. Mara says, 2026 is the year to release info. Caribbean Smile says, the letter sounds like the Matrix. That letter sounds like the Matrix. That man took the red pill. £1 says, so right now people writing for their friends now, or just using friends as an excuse. All right, folks. So again, just to recap the letter, a man accidentally overhears a story while liming and realizes it's about someone close to him. The story wasn't illegal, but it was enough to change how he now sees that person. The issue isn't just what he heard, but the fact that he can't inherit. Now he's stuck deciding whether to confront, distance himself, or carry on, baby, like nothing happened. 4523046 2846001 Radio Caribbean International. Lettre Tafari, I see you itching to call, so you can call in now that you've heard that letter. But you know that's an interesting thing where you have to determine whether it is important enough, or does it affect you enough to confront that person? Does it affect your relationship? Oh, there we have our call coming in. Good afternoon, my brother.
Yeah, love in the house. What you say, my brother?
Hi there, bro. Hi there. What you say?
All right, all right. Yeah. Yet again, that's another ticklish one. Another, that's another one where you kind of end up between a rock and a hard place, so to speak.
Yeah, no pun intended.
Yeah. But oh boy, like, so in order to answer that now, you have to now put yourself in that person's shoes now, in order to really answer that, because it's a tough one. I think if it's me, I personally, I don't know, I don't even know how to, for you to approach it, you have to now take a step back and really analyze that and decide, because right now you have two roads before you. Is either you take the left road or the right road.
You can go straight.
Straight, well, yeah. If you going straight is like going and confront them. The left road is deciding, okay, you know what, I'm going to still deal with that person normal, like nothing didn't happen. The right road, the right lane is like saying, you know what, I ain't gonna deal with that person again. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. But or what they could do is, like I said, you could just tell them, hey, I overheard something. He cannot force you to tell you who you hear it from or whatever. Yeah, sometimes you could just say, hey, what, like how we say it in Lucia, "Mwetana sipsion."
Yeah.
Yeah, wetana sipsion about 2-4 ting, and just, and so is the whole thing is basically the approach. How are you going to approach it? Is yeah.
You ever been in any situation like that similar? You overheard something about someone close to you, or you heard something. May not have overheard someone may realize that you're close to that person, and come to give you a sipsio about that person, and that may sort of change how you view that person. Have you ever been in a situation like that?
Yes, I have, but it may, yeah, and again, it depends on what the thing is, or what we should say, the gravity of the. Yeah, go ahead.
Dude, I said that was a question. What is that
Yeah,
thing? That's
yeah,
an important question. What is that thing?
yeah. And that's the thing. So so unless and I think maybe they're probably the writer should have specified what he heard.
Thank you. It was
So
vague.
it'll pardon?
Yeah, thank you. It was vague.
Yeah, yeah. So so now, because there's a lot of times people seeing, boy, they have to cross they're seeing they have to cross an ocean, when in reality they have to just cross a gutter.
Yeah, that's true. Like
It
a
may look big
mountain or
when the thing
molehill,
is,
molehill.
yeah, when the thing is small. So yes, as you say, it was very vague. So since we don't know the gravity of the situation, or the or how serious it is, or basically the true nature of the situation, we cannot really make a determination whether they should confront that person or not.
All right, so let me ask you. Give me
Hmm.
just for argument's sake though, and give me let's say three examples of each. One that would force you as a friend to confront the person, and one that you figure, hey, that ain't important. Even if I heard it, it may sound bad, but that ain't important enough for me to confront the person. It doesn't affect my life.
Yeah, well, if it's something where they say, well, the like the trend that going on in St. Lucia, the male on male activities. If you if you know
The
what
trend
I mean.
adopted from America.
Huh?
You mean the trend adopted from America?
Wherever they're adopted from, the male on male activity, if it's something like that, and it depends on a lot of things. It depends on the friend. Like if it's a friend where you would have a friend that you could tell each other anything, and yeah. But if it's a friend that, yeah, he's your friend, but he's not that, yeah, like you're not that tight. Yeah. So sometimes, if it's something, but again, if it's something like male on male activity, and thing, I go to her and so like, I was like, what that man doing? You check it? Yeah. And I go to her and say, bro, for gasa mwetan, ou ka fe tel si, tel sa, gasa ma kwesa, gasa, awa, ou gasa, gasa you disappoint me, awa, gasa is you,
But let me ask you:
and
do you think it's fair though? Do you think it's fair to confront someone over information that you were not meant to hear?
well, basically, um, I, I think if you are not, I kind of think if you were not meant to hear it, you wouldn't hear it. You understand what I'm saying? Because
That's delving
if,
into the mystical, the more mystical realm.
yeah, because the thing is, everything happened for, because sometimes, but if sometimes the most I would put it, like if somebody is planning to harm you, some way or the other, the most I will make you find out, and reveal it to you. This, yeah, is a kind of thing of software, somewhere. What happening in the darkness eventually will come to light. You know, yeah. You know, but if you know, sometimes you could know somebody well. Like if they tell me, like if because people like to spread rumors, so sometimes you that I and they, you know, you know I hear Butudas do male on male activities. Uh, I'll be sure you're talking. I wouldn't even bother entertain that. You understand what I'm saying? It is so it depends on a lot of things. It depends on the individual because there's certain individuals, Butu, you would know, and once you hear certain things, you would just brush it off because you know our Dama not say our not Butu. You know, yeah, say you know, Butu love females too much for him to for him to be involved in male on male activity. You know what I'm saying? So it's dynamic, bro. It's just like life. Life is dynamic. So that's but like I said, if maybe if the writer specified what the thing was, we could have a clearer avenue to to go down there to help it.
How much of the problem, this writer's problem, do you really think is more of them just learning how to process and just live with whatever it is that they've heard? And it might not be a situation that directly affects them. And like you said, making a mountain out of a molehill. Do you think it's a matter of just learning how, for that person, it's a matter of learning how to live with it? That's the real problem, rather than what exactly it is that they heard about the person?
Yeah, I think is I think is them I think it's them dealing with it, processing it and dealing with whatever it is, and like I said, the fact that and like I said, the fact because you see, like I stated earlier, some people worry over nothing. Some people take a little thing and make it huge, bigger than it really is. And again, and just the fact that, like I said, if we knew exactly what it was, let's say, let's say like it was something like, Gasa, you know, I hear, um, Butu slap his wife, you know. Yeah, Butu wife was fighting with him and he ended up slapping her, which he didn't want to do, but while she was fighting with him and hitting him, he ended up slapping her, and they'll be like, what? Butu hit his wife? Like, I'm saying, I mean, so it is something, but it's not because if two people fighting and in fighting, it's somebody end up getting one little hit or something, So I just trying to draw scenarios
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because it
and
could be
stuff
quite
like
any.
that.
It could be any number of scenarios. To be honest,
Right,
we have no idea,
right,
no idea what
right.
it is.
We have no idea, So that is just how it is because, like I said, we if had we know what it is, we would be able to say, boy, you know what, stay far from that, or boy, or just go and talk to him, or boy, don't worry about that. That's small thing, that's small thing. So that's just how it is,
All
you
right,
know.
my brother. All right. Anything else
Yeah.
you want to add?
No, that's just it. It's like the only thing I'll add is, big up the greatest show in St. Lucia. What we
Yes,
create,
I.
what we create, the others imitate.
you know well, my brother.
Lettre to the world.
Of course, of course.
Big up.
Yeah, but let me ask you before you go again, back onto the letter. You don't see an eerie similarity, although you would like our last caller. You tuned in late last week, but there's an eerie similarity to last week's letter. You
Yeah,
remember last
because
week's
I
letter
kind of,
where the friend found out something, or they heard
yeah,
something from a group of
because
women?
like I said, yeah, because like I said, right now, St. Lucia, sad to say, St. Lucia, there's a trend that going on, like a brand new, like a brand new style of clothes going on in St. Lucia. Huh?
A brand new TikTok challenge.
Yes, yes, yes. And so I kind of feel that we'll be hearing a lot more letters about that kind of thing.
Let me just say
You
though, as a disclaimer, and I for on the part of myself, neither RCI, the comments do not reflect either that of RCI, and
right,
there's no,
right.
I don't think anybody has, for me personally, any of the hosts, we have any ill will or anything to say about anybody who may be gay or well, homosexual or lesbian. I have gay
Mm-hmm.
friends, I have female friends, so don't take anything as anything disparaging. Some people have their views
Right,
on homosexuality as it stands. Others are indifferent. Others just like me approach live and let live, and that's
right,
how it goes. So
right,
just as a
right.
disclaimer.
So yeah. So the views of people doesn't necessarily aligned with the view of Letla
And
or the
RCI,
other program or our RCI.
or
Yes,
RCI.
that is also true. Because for me, because even I don't deal with them, but I would I would see them on the road, and I wouldn't trouble them. That's their business.
When you
That's
say
your
them, that's
business.
the
But
thing is when you say them, because there are, there are some people who have no aversion to gay people, but there's a sort of irritability where there are those who are flamboyant, men in particular who are flamboyant, and it sort of gets on the nerves of some people who say, okay, you're a man and you're attracted to men, but that doesn't mean that you have to intentionally go out there and act like a woman. But upon these things are debatable in some cases. I think this, if through over the years, through discussions generally, particularly among the male population, I think that's what really gets to them, and that might be a they problem because again, live and let live. So if that's how they want to act, as long as it doesn't infringe on your own personal space or any rights or
yeah,
anything, you let them be.
yeah, true. But sometimes okay, in my opinion, and that's just my opinion. Um, it could it it could get to you because, like, take for okay, let me give you a little example quickly. Um, Nowadays is almost like you cannot watch TV without seeing
Netflix.
without seeing a male on male activity
Or female on
in
female,
a
female on
movie
female,
or in a show.
female on
It's
female on
almost like
female too.
sometimes okay, like come on, like before you wasn't seeing that.
Female on
You
female
know, so
as well.
huh?
The female on female as well. There's a whole
But
psychological thing there, and the way the movie industry and the television industry is going. Because it's funny, I was remarking again. I've always said that Netflix themselves, it's like they go over the top in terms of trying in their inclusivity and diversity, because it's almost feel like they have to insert an Asian character, a black character, a homosexual character. They must all put them in one, like an all-star cast for the movie to make sense, as though they're trying to appeal to everyone. And that's not how the movie industry was before. You just had a movie, you had
right, right, right.
The Good Doctor
And
was a
then
good
and
example of that.
right, and it's almost like that, as almost like they're forcing it down your throat to accept it. Like, take for instance, like okay, I used to watch this series, what they call that, Empire.
Empire, yeah.
And because Empire was really great, and because Empire have so much of that, I stopped watching Empire.
So
You know,
let's draw the
and
analogy
and
now. Let's draw the analogy now to this case. So let's just say the situation is now that the person, the writer, is talking about the news that he learned is that that person is gay. So would that be a situation like Empire? You like Empire? It's equated to this guy's close friend. you like them, but you just cannot get over the fact that there's so much of something you don't approve of going on there around you, so close to you.
yeah, because the thing, and you see what happens too is that now in society, because that thing sometimes makes you take certain decisions that you probably wouldn't want to take. Because you see what would happen, let's say there's a guy, let's say there's a guy, you and him good, and then you find out hey, that man doing that undercover, and a lot of people end up finding out, hey, that man doing that or whatever, or maybe they have a video of him doing that. Sometimes if you were to continue dealing with him like you used to deal with him before, people, Lucians will start saying you in it too. Like they say birds of a feather flock together, or show me a company, I'll tell you who you are.
They get plucked together
So,
too.
huh?
They get plucked together. Plucked.
Yes, yes. So, so sometimes now that will make you take the harsh, drastic decision that, you know what, partner, you just, you would find, hey, Butu, how you coming and check me like before? What going on? I ain't seen you, and you always, now you have to make an excuse. Yeah, it's just, boy, so busy them days, work, boy, and what I'm saying, it's just because you don't want the Lucian stigma to I don't want to say Lucian stigma, but the way Lucian, but you know where I'm coming
I
from.
know
You know what
exactly
I'm
where you're
trying
coming
to
from.
say.
I think a lot of people know. People know without wanting to sound discriminatory. And like I said last week, I think straight men, the straight I think straight men, not I think. The straight man guards the view of his sexuality very closely, very sensitive by that. How people view them and their sexuality, the straight men. So I think that in itself is one of those issues which might deter him, having learned that his partner is gay and his partner tell him nothing and they lie in together all the time. Like you just said, people will lump the two of them together, and he wouldn't like that for his reputation.
Right. Yeah, because negativity spreads faster than anything.
Very
Once it's
exactly.
something negative, that'll spread like that's that would spread fast, 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 fast. So, so that's the type of society we're living in now. And like I said, that kind of lifestyle, as I get to know, become like it become like a trend, and it became prevalent in St. Lucia now.
Sometimes
So
it was always prevalent, but then with the way the world has now changed, the same way women are a lot more open with their sexuality, and I'm not talking about whether they're into men or women. Women are generally more open now with their sexuality. I think it's just us catching on to the way the world has evolved, and some may say devolved. The way it has evolved, so we're playing catch up. It may have always been prevalent, but that people were afraid to come out because of the stigma. But you find a lot more people are happy are free to express themselves and their sexuality now, or they feel free to express themselves as their sexuality now.
I think in the world, I think long ago, yeah, they had it long ago, but I think now with the advent of what they're doing now is that, like, take for instance, they're using the music industry, like those stars, they're using these stars and have these stars doing this, and these stars have blind followers that would follow whatever these stars doing, you know you understand?
Follow
And
you all the way to the
so,
baby oil factory.
right. So yeah, so I think I because really, because okay, on the female side, because females have it a little easier in Ubuntu, because if you if you hanging out with a woman that's a lesbian, nobody wouldn't say, hey, boy, I see Buto hanging out with a lesbian thing, but it look like Buto on that kind of. No, they ain't go dig nothing on
I'm a
that.
proud lesbian,
Huh?
I'm a proud lesbian, just for the record.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. You like girls just like them too. Yes, I know that. You both like girls. you know. But I'm just saying. Nobody. And if a female hang around a guy that likes other guys, they wouldn't. They ain't gonna say, "Hey, look like that." You understand? So with females, the huh? Sorry.
My makume and my makokot. Remember the term they use?
Yeah,
The female,
right,
yeah.
right, right. So for females, this the stigma is not too big around them where females is concerned. But remember, the whole target in society is targeting the male. You know, society is targeting the male. You know, it's hard for us males. Like you would have something that you would feel sad about, and society would tell you, boy, man up, boy, don't wait, you crying for, boy, don't, you know, like you're supposed to suppress, and you know, so
you don't think all that is part of the whole issue with this guy and what he learned? Don't think that issue with this guy and what he learned about his partner might be due to that societal pressure?
it's all if you really check it, it's all linked. It's like a body. Every one of your bones and thing linked up together. Your veins, all of them linked up, even though they serve a different purpose.
Yeah.
But they all link to make, you know. So it's everything. It's everything. And like I said, I wish that we didn't really have to speculate, and we wish we know exactly what he heard, you know. Then we would have a more a more direct,
yes.
yeah, a more direct course of action to see, or wording to be able to help the writer, if the writer is listening.
All right, my brother. All right, cool. So we're going to take a quick break, but thank you very much for calling, my brother.
No problem, brother. No problem, brother. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure talking to you, calling your show.
Yeah, man.
Blessed
Your
love.
insight
Love
is
you guys.
always welcome. Yeah, man. Love. Tell
right.
him Madam hello for us at RCI.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, take it
All
easy.
right.
Yeah. Bye-bye. And that was Tafari. We're going to take a quick break and get right back to Lettre, what will be our final segment for this afternoon. The time really went quickly. This afternoon. We'll be right back.
And my girl, you know what they say about Fruitsissimo, eh?
Partner, you know what they say about Fruitsissimo?
My girl, you know what they say about Fruitsissimo?
Boy, that Simos makes you score runs, you know.
So what do the experts say about Fruitsissimo? Apart from tasting great, Fruitsissimo is full of natural goodness your body needs. Simos is good for your skin, rich in vitamins and minerals, promotes and improves intimacy, boosts your immune system and lung function, suppresses appetite and increases weight loss, anti-inflammatory, and helps to improve blood count. Simos is rich in nutrients, which boosts your metabolism and increases energy levels, and is grown, harvested, and manufactured right here in the community of Prale.
And that's what they say about Fruitsissimo. Well, let's just say something else.
Fruitsissimo, you know what they say.
On February 21st to 2026, Point Surfing comes alive for Sovereign. Sovereign, a night of celebration, culture, and elevated energy from 7 p.m. till. Enjoy the flavors of St. Lucia with entertainment by DJ Shanks, Hollywood HP, and more. Sovereign, ticket outlets, The Cell, Promotech, and the Eclipse team. Follow eclipseinternational.slu on Facebook and Instagram for more info. Sovereign, February 21st, Point Surfing from 7 p.m. till.
Join the fun and have a blast with Bingo at our new Blast Gaming Center located on the corner of Chisel and Brazil Street. Here's how to get started. Create an account at the Bingo counter or with a clerk. Select a 4-digit PIN number of your choice, which can easily be remembered. Then, make your Bingo purchase. You will receive a receipt which contains your account number and your purchase. Select either a tablet, thin client, or bar top device. To play on the device, select Play Bingo. Bingo with Blast. Know your limit. Play within it. Must be 18 years or older to participate in gaming. Powered by the St. Lucia National Lottery. Changing lives.
With Smart Submit, say goodbye to the hassle and hello to convenience. Don't waste time on risk errors submitting C3 forms to the NIC. Go online. Submit your NIC C3 forms from anywhere at any time. It's simple, convenient, and secure. Smart Submit is the smart choice. Still doing it the old way? Maybe it's time to wake up. Make the smart choice with Smart Submit, the smarter way to submit your C3 form. Visit us online at www.stlucianic.org for more information. NIC, for the benefit of us all.
Couche à l'hôpital nous qu'a dire l'histoire. L'histoire de maman amoun, fouet amoun, ja amoun. Et l'histoire à ce traitement moun ça la fini, ça c'est les pour l'autre chapitre là. Boum. Ça veut dire la caille amoun. Mais toutefois, moun qui ja fini joint traitement à l'hôpital là, ka weste de SPA. Mis inédita, comme jour, comme semaine, existe situation di, comme moi moun salaka SP. Pas piski yo vle weste, mais piski personne, pas ka vini amase yo. Nou kompon la vie a se manye koto wa bawase, e ba ou ni a chay bagay ka fet. Mais tous les lot jou moun sala SP, ça vle di a lot moun ki peut-être a peine, peut-être a dans situation critical. Pas à joindre à couche à l'hôpital là qui yo brisé tout bonnement. Aussi, les yo kuyo ou et do famille préparer, souple préparer corps aussi. Amasser famille aller. Mene yo viwe à place confortable yo et puis famille yo. Côté soulagement yo kay continue. D'avouer pour ka moun, pas ka do bout les moun sa la quitter l'hôpital là. Qui ka continue et puis ou. Ça c'est your commission pour le ministère de Santé exafé quoi mon.
Switch to digital, the best connection. With a vacation, show your affection. Fall in love with no interruption. Digital love, now that's real connection.
Switch. Connect and live your best vacation at Secret St. Lucia. Switch as a couple. Bundle your services. Activate a 7-day plan or higher. Or pay your bill in full. And you could win a Valentine's vacation for two. Activate our 10 gigabytes plus unlimited digital calls with our 7-day plan for just $33. Or our family plan from $105. Turn up the love with internet, TV, and postpaid from $191 a month. Digicel, real connections, real rewards.
Are you in need of financial assistance? Look no further than Fix Limited. Fix Limited offers a range of loan solutions to suit your needs. Personal loans, refinance loans, debt consolidation loans, educational loans, and hospitalization loans. Our friendly team is ready to help. Visit us today and take the first steps towards achieving your goals. To get started, simply bring your job letter, 2 recent salary slips, and 2 forms of valid ID. Fix. Flexible, reliable, and committed to serving you. Firm and upright.
Oh man, just my luck. I can't get to the airport in time now to pick up the mother-in-law. She's gonna mess me up. James had one job: get there. But it looks like his battery life was low, and now his mother-in-law is going to have every reason to let her daughter know just how unreliable James is. She'll never let him live this one down. Ever. Don't be like James. Make sure you get where you need to with the all-new Maximo battery. Available island-wide at all automotive art stores and leading gas stations and part shops. The all-new Maximo battery now comes with an up to 2-year full replacement warranty for installation and free maintenance check at Automotive Art. The all-new Maximo battery. Get there.
And we're back. We're back with Let Laugh for today, Wednesday, February 4th, 2024. And just to recap the letter one more time before we take in some of your comments. The situation is that a man accidentally overhears a story while liming and realizes it's about someone close to him. The story wasn't illegal, but it was enough to change how he now sees that person. The issue isn't just what he heard, but the fact that he can't inherit. Now he's stuck deciding whether to confront, distance himself, or carry on like nothing happened. And the general view from our callers, our viewers, our listeners is that uh, it if you heard something and if you consider yourself to be that person's friend or you consider that person to be your friend, um, you would, of course, be straight up and say, hey, I heard this, I heard that. Is it true or whatever it is? Especially if you believe that it may affect, um, for lack of a better term, your quality of life as it relates to that person in it. And we gave a number of scenarios. And since that letter was vague, there was no indication as to what the writer had learned from the sipsion that they got from the group of people. It's a bit difficult for us to actually give a clear direction forward as we do not know exactly what that situation is. Reminding you that Let Lie is brought to you by our friends over at Fruitsy CMOS. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Serie and crew all the way. What did Liza call her again? The Blackberry? I have to remember. Young lady at Fruitsy, good afternoon to you. CMOS is a superfood, no doubt. That's why at Fruitsy, our CMOS drink is full of natural goodness that your body craves and needs. It's a delicious and healthy drink, which helps with the gut, thyroid, and metabolism. Fruitsy CMOS is packed with 7 flavors to choose from, and you can purchase your very own bottle of Fruitsy CMOS at any one of the leading supermarkets and retailers island-wide. And you can upgrade your vehicle at Tire Zone, located at the Big Red Door by the VG Roundabout. Tire Zone offers a wide selection of stylish rims, tires of all sizes, and long-lasting batteries, all at exceptional prices with great service. Opening hours Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. You can visit us or call 452-1313. That's 452-1313 for more information. That's Tire Zone, located at the Big Red Door by the VG Roundabout. Good afternoon to you, Warren. Warren St. over at Tire Zone. Hope all is well, my brother. All right, so let me take in some of our Facebook comments and remind you that the number to call while we're in our final segment, about 9 minutes left before we shut down or we close off Let Laugh for today, Wednesday. Caribbean Smile says, well said. It's almost like indoctrination. The movie industry over the past decade promotes same-sex relationships like normal and even in children's shows. Like I was telling Tafari on the phone, I'd noticed that for years. I've made that comment, but then it sort of kind of hit me, not only with the same-sex relationships, but it's a deliberate attempt at inclusion and diversity when it's in many cases is not really necessary. Like many of you watch the show The Good Doctor, and I've only just got to season 4, and I saw was it 6 new residents had arrived by episode 3, season 4, and there was the gay one, there was the polyamorous one, there was the Asian one. There were 2 black girls with 2 different types of personalities, and I believe there was a white one. So it's like they just let me not make it sound like it's ballet normalizing it. Our everyday life all around us, there's racial diversity and everything, but there's almost a forced attempt to ensure that this is included. I don't know whether that's a bad thing, a good or bad thing or not, but it's even come to the point where certain characters, where we've known them to be played traditionally, because of that character by a particular someone of a particular ethnicity, you find that those things have changed over time, and they've allowed, let's say, a white person, a Caucasian person, to play the role that was a black man's role, or an Asian to play a black man's role, a black man to play a white man or Asian's role. It's kind of so convoluted now that it's takes you aback. And I think the same thing is happening with the same-sex relationships, which I was trying to relate when we spoke on the phone with Tafari. I was saying that the stigma attached to that and the fact that people may lump you into a particular category or the other because you are friends with that person or you two are together. I'm not saying it is right, but I understand the reservation. And if so that the situation is that what you learned about your friend is that it's something contrary to your own beliefs, it may affect your image, I think the best thing to do is to talk to your friend. If he or she is really your friend, you bring it up. You should have a close enough relationship, if the way you describe it, to be one that you can discuss those things and things that wouldn't make someone uncomfortable or normally make someone uncomfortable. The number is 4523046. We're down to our final few minutes here for Lettre. And 2846001. That's the new WhatsApp number. I'm still getting used to that. 2846001. 2846001. Imara says, how sips your sweet soul? Trust you. How sips your sweet soul? As she says, for me, health-wise, I definitely say something. Otherwise, I'd tread lightly. And yes, like Tafari said earlier, you might be making a mountain out of a molehill, or he said a big river out of what might just be a little drain, a simple drain that you can cross over. And we tend to complicate and play things out in our minds to be much greater and more damning than they really are. Mind you, folks, the numbers to call are 4523046, 2846001. And Kelvin makes an important point. He says you have to be careful who you vent to. And I highly suspect that the reason that this letter may have been vague is that I guess being a friend, you may not want to put that person on the spot. Maybe that person is a listener to Lettre and they would not want to disclose too much of that, whatever it is, to identify themselves or that person. I guess prior or before they actually make a decision to speak to that person, if they actually do. But folks, have you ever heard or overheard something that changed how you see somebody? And once you know something, are you really obligated to act on it if it is not illegal? And is it fair to confront someone over information you weren't meant to hear? Or is the real problem for you, writer, learning how to live with it? Reminding once again, a man accidentally overhears a story while liming and realizes it's about someone close to him. The story wasn't illegal, but it was enough to change how he now sees that person. The issue isn't just what he heard, but the fact that he can't inherit. Now he's stuck deciding whether to confront, distance himself, or carry on like nothing happened. Time is now 4:58 p.m. And Valentine's Day 2026, that's just a little over a week away, 10 days to be exact. It's just around the corner, and we have the perfect gift to express your love. Indulge your special someone with box wraps and flowers, sultry offerings featuring exquisite red roses, eclectic chocolates, and adorable bears. Make this Valentine's Day unforgettable with a touch of romance and celebrate love in style. You can visit Box Wraps and Flowers in Bois d'Auberge or call 450-1634 for your orders or for more information. That is, visit Box Wraps and Flowers in Bois d'Auberge or call 450-1634 for your orders or more information. I'll tell you, I used them already. I used them last Valentine's Day. Or was it Women's Day? I used them and they were perfect. Perfect delivery. Perfect delivery. Perfect delivery. All the bells and whistles. So visit them today. And folks, this is where I say goodbye for today, Wednesday, February 4th, 2026. For today's Lettre, I am your host, Butu. It's been wonderful. I'd like to thank Empress and all of you who joined us today for Lettre. And shouting out my favorite Shabin. Saying good afternoon to you, Nalana. Belated birthday greetings to you, my love. Belated birthday greetings to you. I hope you had a wonderful time. And don't worry, you'll get your flowers, my darling. Your birthday just passed. You still have a whole month before your birthday expires. I'll take care of you. Good afternoon to you, Nalana. Hope the birthday was great. Sending you love and kisses and lots of hugs. Although I'm sure that you got it somewhere else for your birthday. But that's okay. You can never get too much love. All right, folks, so this has been Let Laugh for today. Remind you that it is brought to you by our friends over at Fruitsy CMOS. I'll see you next Wednesday, but I'll be here for Youth Unplugged tomorrow and have a very special guest. She's a young lady who recently launched a book during the Nobel Laureate. She was a featured writer during Nobel Laureates week, and her name is Angela O'Brien, and she joins me tomorrow for Youth Unplugged at 3 p.m., sponsored by the Youth Economy Agency. So make sure you find yourselves there. Till then, goodbye.